Hello and welcome. You will never find me happier than here today in Jardin du Mayfair. I've got my Grail watch, the Patek Philippe Aquanaut Travel Time Advanced Research 5650G. Guys, thank you so much for joining us. The channel is doing really well. Please do like, comment, share and subscribe, and we'll keep this content coming. Today, it's my Grail. It's my number one. It's the watch I want to drop dead in. It's the Patek Philippe Aquanaut Travel Time. Let's have a look and see what's so special about the advanced research aspect of this watch. There's a well-known saying circulating in both life and on the internet. 5 very simple words that are dripping in modern wisdom. Around and find out. We could summarise Patek Philippe's advanced research project with this description, but that wouldn't make for a very long discussion. So here we go. Patek Philippe was founded in 1839. So, although it's not the oldest brand, which belongs to Blancpain, which was founded almost a century earlier, it is certainly one of the seniors in the watchmaking world. It has over 70 patents under its belt, 20 of which are considered totally groundbreaking. The first self-winding mechanism, the first perpetual calendar wristwatch, the first world timer, and the first split-second chronograph, and the first wristwatch full stop. They are at the top of their game, and you don't become one of the holy trinity of horological brands without good reason. With the slogan, you never actually own a Patek Philippe, you merely look after it for the next generation. That, combined with its advertising images of preppy looking man and cub doing lovely father and son things such as sailing, driving, classic cars, leaning wistfully and reading massive books while wearing suit jackets. Now, I like to think of the advanced research project as what Dad gets up to with his mates after a few beers once the little one has been safely tucked up in bed. Others may consider this to be an absolutely appalling analogy, and that's okay with me. Patek was part of a cooperative consortium of brands, including Rolex and Swatch Group. They were looking into silicon components for use in watchmaking. Development was conducted at the Centre Suisse d'Electronique Microtechnique, the CSEM, with the consortium underwriting, that means funding, the research. Launched in 2005 as an expansion of their involvement with CSEM, Patek's in-house advanced research project is dedicated to innovation in watchmaking. They team up with external brains like electricians, physicists, micro-engineers, and in the case of fine-tuning their minute repeaters, even acousticians. Now we're starting to build a picture of why this is my Grail. Now we're starting to understand the advanced research being so special. As well as CSEM, they've also partnered with the Geneva School of Engineering, the Swiss Federal Institute of Technology, the University of Neuchâtel, and ComLab. Now, these partnerships have all had one goal in mind: to find, test, develop and implement new materials and technology in watchmaking while maintaining absolute accuracy and efficiency. So far, the Advanced Research Project has produced 6 models. In 2005, the 5250, a white gold annual calendar showcasing a new escape wheel made of Slinvar, which is a contraction of silicone and invariable, an iron-nickel alloy which defies temperature fluctuations. This resulting in the pairing is a lightweight, anti-magnetic and lubricant-free. It's limited to 100 pieces. 2006, the 5350, a rose gold annual calendar with a Spiromax balance spring. That's also made from Slinvar. Going forward, the Spiromax spring became integrated into many Patek movements, and since it is partially silicone, wear and tear is hugely reduced. That's limited to 300 pieces. In 2008, the 5450, a platinum annual calendar with a Pulsomax escapement. This compromises of both the Spiromax spring and a ruby-free Slinvar pallet fork. This combination increases efficiency by 15%, and that is limited to 300 pieces. 2011, the 5550, ARP's first perpetual calendar in platinum, which uses the Oscillomax ensemble, which compromises of the Pulsomax escapement, the Spiromax spring, and introduces the Gyromax SI balance made of Silver and 24 karat gold. That is limited to 300 pieces. These are all a mouthful. Fortunately, it is at this point in the timeline that everything Max comes to an end, which lowers the level of confusion, but in a nutshell, Pulsomax, Spiromax, Gyromax SI and Oscillomax just increase power reserve, decrease wear and tear, and took lots and lots of years of tinkering to master the full shebang. So we arrive at 2017 and Oscar's mind would be blown forever. The 5650G, ARP's first actual sports model, a white gold Aquanaut Travel Time using Spiromax and a brand new compliant mechanism for the Travel Time feature. This is limited to 500 pieces. Now in 2021, they were about to blow the doors off. The 5750P, a platinum minute repeater, which uses a Fortissimo module, which is an entirely sound amplifying system and gives excellent acoustic quality regardless of the metal used to house it. That's limited to 15 pieces, guys. That is a spicy meatball. Right, I have my Patek Philippe gloves, and today we're going to get up close and personal with Patek's 5th Advanced Research, the Aquanaut Travel Time. As we know, getting hold of Patek's Nautilus and Aquanaut models is extremely hard. It's even harder to get hold of Advanced Research models due to their highly limited nature and the fact they are only offered the most trusted clientele. Combine an Aquanaut with Advanced Research and you have a concise explanation of why a watch that retailed to Patek's inner circle at $58,000 saw a market peak at close to $500,000. Well, sometimes you just own it until it's worth $500,000. Who cares though? What a watch it is. It's my absolute grail. And if I were to be a one watch forever person, this would be it. You heard it here. And to quickly recap, released in 2017, 500 pieces, white gold, and the 5th Advanced Research model, and the only one that's pointed towards the sports watch market, it drives my heart wild. The dial looks huge on this watch, but it's very sensibly sized, so it sits and fits well on most wrists. It has a lug width of 21mm, so it's not the easiest for an aftermarket strap, but in truth, it looks perfect on its matching night blue geosphere rubber. I wouldn't change anything here, which is high praise from someone who's a bit of a menace when it comes to experimenting with straps. Now, my favourite part, you'll often hear me slating RM on this, but this is 120 meters of water resistance. It's an Aquanaut after all, but this can take whatever you throw at it. And if you've been watching other videos of mine, which I hope you have, the Travel Time feature is my absolute favourite. It's operated using the pushers on the left-hand side of the case rather than the crown, so not like a Rolex GMT. The top pusher moves the local time hour hand backwards. The bottom pusher flicks it forward, revealing the home time hand, so you can set the local time and display both zones. Now, when you're not using the travel time function, the home hand is completely hidden underneath the hour hand, so it completely declutters the dial. I love the fact that you get a choice of using the complication or not, and I haven't seen anyone do it better than Patek with their Advanced Research. Speaking of dial, it is just glorious. With the usual Aquanaut geosphere design, it's rendered in fume blue, which is darker around the edge and becoming lighter towards the hand stack. It has a lovely radiance as the watch moves on your wrist. Patek has added a cutout to the dial in order to showcase the compliant mechanism, which is one of 2 Advanced Research elements in this watch. The other is the modified Spiromax hairspring, which gives this Aquanaut an accuracy of -2 to +1 seconds per day. That is Tourbillon territory. The travel time compliant mechanism does away with conventional gears and pivots, and it uses flexible articulations. The travel time compliant mechanism does away with conventional gears and pivots. It uses flexible articulations instead, and that is fancy speak to describe 4 bendy steel springs that used to operate the mechanism that advances and reverses the hour hand rather than anything jeweled or high maintenance. It is a feat of complete precision and zero friction. So open heart dials. Well, with the exception of tourbillons, the Peep Show rarely showcases anything interesting, so I prefer a kind of all or nothing approach. However, My Grail is an exception to the rule. Though, as I love being able to see the compliant mechanism at work, it's something I've never seen before, and it's very, very satisfying to click backwards and forwards while watching the springs do their thing. It's also completely hand finished, so whoever got that labour of love deserves to see their work enjoyed. My total and utter head over heels love for this piece aside, it's definitely a bit of a Marmite watch, because the Patek traditionalists had kittens when a sports model with a cutout dial marauded onto the scene in a very marked departure from previous Advanced Research fare. The 2017 Advanced Research Aquanaut shook things up, not just because of its large porthole, but because for just one moment it looked like Daddy's boy had sacked off his homework in favour of playing Grand Theft Auto. It is completely brilliant. Unfortunately, one of the side effects of such an achievement has been that those who are fond of nicknaming everything under the sun, ranging from their reproductive organs to watches, have decided to call it the Terminator. I don't like the nickname, and it's not because I don't like the film. I love the film, but I think this deserves something better. Considering that the Advanced Research Department has not yet partnered with Skynet, I think it needs a new name. Hit us in the comments if you've got the nickname for My Grail. So let's strap this beast on. And there we have it, £315,000. It is truly, truly special. When I was a young man and I first saw this watch, it wasn't in person, of course it wasn't. I saw it in a magazine, I saw it online, and I remember just reading and looking. And now to be sat here in Jardin du Mayfair presenting this watch to you, I am just so happy, and I hope that you've enjoyed this video. This watch, it really has got me lost for words. Guys, let me know in the comments what you think of this watch. The best thing about this journey that we're going on together is hearing what you guys think about these watches. So please do let me know in the comments, what do you think about it? Am I miles off that this is my Grail? Are there much better watches out there for the money? You let me know. I'm interested to hear your thoughts.